Hi, I'm Rob with We Keep You Cycling, and today the San Marco Regale and Regale Carbon FX. If you're familiar with San Marco's Regal saddle and have always been turned off by the fact it's been a little on the heavier side or it has a slightly dated appearance, San Marco has done one of the best revamps of a saddle line I have ever seen. They've still kept the regular Regal available for sale, and we move a fair number of them because they fit so many folks, despite the fact they're not anatomically correct. What San Marco's done with the Regale is taken all the key characteristics of the saddle and updated it. It does feel slightly different underneath you, but it's so similar that most folks find it just as comfortable and a ton lighter. The San Marco Regal E is the heavier of the two Regale saddles. By heavier, though, by no means is it heavy compared to the original Regal that it's intending to update. It's some 150 grams lighter. Some major changes have been made. For starters, instead of a leather full grain cover, we have a synthetic. It's a little slicker, but unlike some synthetics, it's not a slippery surface. Underneath the synthetic covering, we have biofoam. Biofoam is one of these new foams that San Marco has developed. It's a little bit firmer than you'd find on the Regal, but it does two things very nicely. For starters, it's a ton lighter. And secondly, it's intended to get out of the way of your thighs. Similar to how Physique has developed their WingFlex technology, San Marco has intended that this foam get out of the way of your thighs while you're pedaling towards the rear of the saddle. While you move to the nose, there's a good amount of padding, but of course, keeping with the original Regal design, it's not an anatomically correct shape, but that doesn't mean it's not very comfortable. And for some folks, this will be the most comfortable saddle they ride. Flipping the saddle over reveals three key changes. We have the carbon fiber nylon shell to get the weight down, still has some give so we don't pick up any sit bone fatigue. And now we have Corzone. Corzone is San Marco's attempt to make this non-anatomically correct saddle a little bit more comfortable in the soft tissue area by giving the shell more give. Third, the rails. X-Lite rails are largely based on silicone with tiny particles of titanium and carbon fiber to keep it both light and very strong, still providing a great amount of give as to not transmit any road vibe into the saddle itself. The Regale isn't light enough for you, and you want carbon. That is the San Marco Regale Carbon FX. It has the same shell properties, same synthetic covering, and the same biofoam, but flipping the saddle over reveals carbon fiber ovalized rails. These rails take some 30 grams off the saddle while retaining all the same strength properties that you'd expect in rails. They are ovalized, so keep in mind that they require a seat post clamp that clamps from the top and bottom of the rails to be compatible. As updates go, San Marco has managed to make a product fitting of the name Regal, taking the classic Regal and creating the Regale, a feather lightweight version, keeping all the same characteristics and possibly making a saddle that is more comfortable and certainly a ton lighter. If you've previously been a fan of the Regal, you now have a saddle worthy of a sub 16-pound bike. If, however, you're looking for an anatomically correct saddle, of course, San Marco hasn't gone that direction with the Regale. That's where they have the Mantra. I'm Rob with We Keep You Cycling, and this is the San Marco Regale and Regale Carbon FX. If you have any questions about this saddle or any of the saddles we carry, drop us a line or email us info@wekeepyoucycling.com.